Hi, this is Chris Cook with We Care Insurance, and today I'm going to talk about business liability insurance and all the different types, and hopefully narrow down what type of business liability insurance you need for your business. Alright, so first up we got general liability insurance. This is the most common insurance and can be customized to your business's needs as well. It could also be within your business owner's policy or BOP. And what this covers is bodily injury, property damage, advertising errors, and harm of reputation and stuff like that. Alright, so next up we got professional liability. It goes by a few names. It could be E&O, errors and omission. It could be called medical malpractice or just malpractice. It just adjusts to whatever type of business you are and what type of professional you are. It could also be directed to an individual, and so an individual can have this policy, or it could be an entity. So me as an insurance agent or broker, I could have it as just a broker, or my brokerage can have it as well. So either or, just depending on what you need for your business. The things that it covers is misrepresentation, malpractice, negligence, violation of good faith, and things along those lines. The professionals that usually have these types of coverages include doctors, attorneys, lawyers, financial advisors, real estate agents, insurance agents, contractors, and many types of professionals. And so you would just want to look to see, pretty much based off what it covers, the types of perils, and then see if that falls under you. Alright, so D&O, that stands for Directors and Officers Insurance, and what that covers is boards generally. So if you have a board for a company, on your company has a board, or you have a nonprofit, or you have a homeowners association that has a board, this covers the management's decisions, and if you have litigation against that. It could also cover, you could also have a policy for an executive in the company that makes a lot of decisions, and so anyone that's making a lot of decisions that can get sued over these decisions that are made, that's what this coverage is for. Alright, so next up we got cyber and data liability. What this covers is if you have a database of your customers and you keep information on them, and this data somehow gets leaked or hacked into or compromised, and you have any financial loss, then that's covered. So financial losses meaning you as your company having financial losses, and even the customer having financial losses, or any litigation because of this, and legal fees and stuff like that. So all that would be covered under the data and cyber liability coverage. Going on to employment practices liability insurance, or EPLI. What that covers is your employment practices, and so I got a list here because it's a little longer than I memorized. So it's sexual harassment, discrimination, wrongful termination, breach of employment contract, negligent evaluations, failure to employ or promote, wrongful discipline, deprivation of career opportunities, wrongful infliction of emotional distress, or mismanagement of employee benefit plans. So all that would be covered under the employer's practices liability insurance, which is different than employer's liability insurance. So that employer's liability insurance is workman's comp pretty much, and covers medical expenses. But when you're talking about the actual practices, pretty much what the HR department would take care of, that's what the EPLI would cover. Okay, so event and short-term insurance is pretty much a general liability insurance policy. It's just more narrowed, specific to that type of insurance. So for example, event is going to be a festival, a carnival, a fair, a wedding, a corporate event, any type of event really. That's what that insurance is for, and it will cover the same things as general liability, but for that event's duration. So if it's a week event, it's a week. If it's a weekend, then it's a weekend. If it's a couple days, then it's a couple days. So that's what that covers. When you look at things that have a higher risk, any physical activity that someone can get injured or worse, that may be harder to find event insurance, but we definitely have carriers with us that will cover that. It just takes a little more timing and planning in advance. Examples of this could be boxing, having a dunk tank at your event, having a rock climbing wall, having bounce houses. Anything like that is a higher risk activity, and we'll need a secondary insurance provider for that event insurance. When I'm talking about short-term insurance, I think more about a side hustle or someone that has gigs that doesn't want insurance year-round but wants it for a duration. They might want to do it. Maybe they want the insurance for just the winter months when it snows. Maybe it's just their snow blower, and they just shovel out snow and blow out snow out of commercial driveways, and that's all they just want it for 3 months out of the year. Or maybe it's someone that has a wedding videography business that just does weddings on some weekends here and there. It's not a full-time thing, but just some gigs here and there, and so they want a policy just for the weekend. We could definitely do that. Or or a band that has a place booked for 5 to 1 a.m. We could have a liability policy just for that. So there's just lots of opportunities and lots of different types of insurance out there for you. You can find any type of insurance you need pretty much. If you need a hand with any of that, just let us know at We Care, and we would love to help.